So welcome to Wrestle Designs, guys, and welcome back to Project Freebie and the Christmas special. The sun's out, can you believe it? If you guys don't know, it's been raining a good 5 or 6 weeks here, almost non-stop in Portugal. We've definitely had a very dry few years, but now it seems to be the rain coming down in full force. But anyway, Project Freebie, we're back on this. That's a recap of 2022, basically. So at the beginning of this year, this car was given to me. It's a free car. It is a royal blue metallic, 4-door, end of line 91 car. And it was classified as a special here in Portugal. The main reasons why it was classified as a special was because it had this kind of pattern interior, had a rev counter, and a 5-speed gearbox, and also central locking. And it was a 1.3 now. And as the years gone on, I've modified the car extensively, bit by bit, slowly but surely modified this car. If you guys haven't seen the playlist or all the videos and updates that I've done, I recommend you guys going through. It's Christmas now, got a bit of spare time, flick through some of these videos. It's gonna be a recap of what I've done. So the first thing I did was I converted the rear from drums to discs, removed the rear beam, took off the drums, put stub axles on, and converted it to discs. Used Mark IV calipers because they're rally and they're lighter, and I put poly bushes in the rear beam. Now on these drum cars, they don't have a rear anti-roll bar inside the beam like they do on the discs ones on the GTIs and stuff. So I've actually added an IBAC anti-roll bar and painted it black. On the front, it runs a Mark III subframe with 4x100 Mark III front wishbones and hubs with 256s at the moment. And it's running on AP coilovers with Mark III top mounts. Again, poly bushed at the front. The steering rack and the pump is also all Mark III. So that was kind of stage one on the car. I did that. I did a whole load of how-to videos. The next thing I did was I replaced the front crossmember with one from a Passat B4, and the reason for that, you have the much better uprated style Mark III front engine mount, which doesn't kind of break as easy. So I did that, as well as then I did the pedal box. So I got hydraulic clutch and also put the 9-inch servo with a 23 or 22, whatever it is, point brake master cylinder. So that made a big difference as well to the brakes. And that kind of covers kind of the running gear on the car. And then next came the engine, which is a 2-litre 16 valve. It's a bit of a Frankenstein engine. There's loads of videos of kind of step-by-step on this. There's a whole playlist of what I've done to this. So it's got Schrick cams, port and polished head, Schrick sump with the diesel baffle tray in it, pistons, rods. It's got an O2S, O2J hybrid gearbox, so it's a 6-speed gearbox with the O2J bell housing so that you can put the speedo into it. And it's been messed around with. It also runs a Quaife LSD in it, diff. It's got the 100mm flanges as well. Running the Mark IV tower and selector on the inside. Running a big diesel, again, what I had laying around. A diesel starter motor, a bit overkill. And I'm running a convertible 3.5 twin fan setup here. We've also actually the 3.5 cowling over the radiator, because I really don't like the way you can see the top of the radiator in these Mark IIs. It looks quite, especially if it's not a new rad and all the fins are all kind of kind of bent and stuff. So yeah, definitely a beautification cover, as I like to call it. And now it's running a K-Data ECU, which is basically a mega squirt ECU in a standard casing, and it's all printed up and it's very reliable. And I wasn't a fan of mega squirt. I used them back in the day when they were kind of homemade, and they worked for a bit, and then there's loads of issues. You kind of chasing your tail, you didn't know what it was. And half the time it was like bad soldering and just wears over time. So this ECU is actually a manufactured ECU. It works really well. I'm going to be using that ECU, I think, a lot more on other and forthcoming projects. Back onto this. I've done actually a few, for some of you that have followed this project, I've done a few little updates to it. I've actually removed the catch tank. It was a bit messy. And the reason why I did that was I sourced one of these PCD valves, an original one. So quite lucky to find that. So I've actually just plumbed it in. It's made it tidier. As well as, again, if you guys want to see what I've done, I had a different routing system for the cooling system. I didn't really kind of notice any difference. But what I did was I still maintained the pump. So I've got the electric pump here, which draws coolant out of here. So it actually helps hopefully flow going across the head instead of it kind of coming all through this front one and leaving 3 and 4, especially 4, a little bit warmer, because obviously it's got to push up against the resistance of the heater matrix. I've actually added a pump to it to hopefully aid coolant flow across the head evenly or more evenly. I've also changed the distributor. I had originally a KR distributor on here and it was leaking. Also at the same time when I sourced that, I sourced one of these, and just to make sure I stripped it down, replaced all the seals, and actually put the whole sensor into an ABF distributor. And the reason why I did that was because it's then fixed, and I can then adjust the angle of it on the mega squirt, and I don't have to every time, or maybe I need to adjust or take something off, I don't have to go and get the timing light and reset it. It's actually fixed. It makes my life just that little bit easier. And one of the reasons why also you haven't seen the car on the channel for a little bit as well was because this flange was continuously leaking, and I needed one with the switch. They do the plastic ones without the location for the temperature switch, but I needed one, and I took the plunge. I got one of these from Germany from Max RPM, I think it was. Very quick delivery. I highly recommend them. There's a link actually in the description. Yeah, ordered one of these flanges and it's been as good as gold. And also at the same time, I got myself some NGK spark leads because the ones I had were hard. And also I changed the spark plugs for some 1.8 turbo 20 valve single electroid platinum plugs. Gapped them, and it's running really, really well. Now we're going to move on to the inside. Door pocket speakers. As you can see, I got the laptop out doing some more mapping. I haven't driven this in a while. Now, the car had no electric windows, so what I've done is I actually used a Polo 6N loom and adapted it to fit. It's really easy. I've done a how-to video as well on that. So that was the first kind of modification I did. Next thing I did was I also did this modification, which is for, oh, that's the radio going now as well, which is a buzzer for when you leave the lights on. I've also added adjustable headlight, the wiring loom, the switch, and also the motors on the headlights themselves. And then the last bit, kind of the last update that I did was I've added also electric mirrors to it now. Some of you may have noticed heated seat switch, again from a Passat. The only difference, unfortunately, is the orientation of this is actually the other way around, because I think on the Passat it sits obviously that way. Well, I've got myself a new set of Recaros that are heated, and I'm going to trim them up in a really nice material, standard OEM material. Actually, what else can I remember? Yep, I've also got this amazing gear knob. It's an original anniversary gear knob, and I have a custom center for it, 16 valve, 6 speed. It's really cool. As well as, actually, I did also a how-to. I've sourced these 16 valve clocks, super rare, but these are C1 and the car is a C2. I actually made an adapter loom that plugs in to obviously the fuse box C2, and at this end it's C1, and it all works with the MFA. The headlining was also being done in black with all the pillars, A, B and C pillars in black, as well as the sun visors all in black as well, all GTI spec. So what's on the list for the future for 2023? 2023 is probably going to be another brake upgrade, probably going to add ABS as well. And also I was very lucky to found this in the scrapyard here, and it's actually an original Mark II ABS indicator warning. So yeah, that's going to be a nice little OEM plus look as well. So this car is going to be really tricked out. Definitely going to get the car resprayed. The engine bay's been done. Actually, for you guys that haven't maybe seen, I've done it kind of in one of the variants of the Royal Blue Metallic, and it's kind of got a bit of reddish in it. So when the sun hits it, it looks kind of got a little red tinge in it, and that's what I'm going to do for the bodywork. So yeah, the bodywork's going to get done next year with all new kind of trims or really good condition ones, and replace what needs to be replaced. Also, I've sourced an 8-litre screen wash tank with the dual motors, which is one for the screens and actually one for the headlights at the front. And I'm going to try and source or see if I can get some kind of something made up, if not original, something that's similar to headlamp washers on there as well. A few sets of wheels. I do have a set of RMs to go on it, which I do run occasionally from time to time, but I am thinking about sourcing another set of 15-inch RAs, as well as a 3-piece RA as well for there. I'm also going to get the interior done. I've actually got a rear bench already in the pattern that I like. It's a pattern I really like, a non-GTI pattern. I've also got a set of Recaros to mount, heated ones, which need to be retrimmed because they're in leather to match the rear bench. So that's going to be the project for next year, and obviously get a set of matching door cards, and that will be basically, hopefully, all be done for 2023. Those are the future plans: interior, bodywork, ABS, and who knows what else. Maybe on throttle bodies towards the end of the year, maybe not, I don't know. Let's see, because actually I want to spend some time developing this. I did promise you guys that I will be doing. I'm in the process of developing now an airbox that actually incorporates the air temp sensor in it properly, as well as a larger volume with actually a velocity stack inside. So there is going to be a few updates on this, as well as also I've got a pollen filter. So I actually do a pollen filter, guys, a case for this. It's actually, the link's going to be in the description. I've got 3 left now. They're going to actually go on eBay. I do actually have an eBay shop now where I'm starting to kind of, the bits that I'm sourcing here, so that you guys are, I know, as I've seen from some of your guys' comments, that around the world you guys don't seem to have as much stuff available as I have here. So I will put some of this stuff up on eBay. So there's actually an original Mark II electric mirror loom, so that's going to go up on eBay with the motors and the mirrors as well. So it's going to be a complete kit. And like I said, guys, these are made by myself on a 3D printer. They're very strong, they're not flimsy, and they're reasonable. And also, once you've ordered them, you guys will get the part number for the pollen filter that you can order from Autodoc or your local motor factors, whatever it is, wherever you are around the world. All right, guys. So that basically covers the car and what's been done. So it's definitely going to be an interesting year, 2023, for this car. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, ding-a-ling-a-ling, click on that notification bell. Be safe and don't eat too much over Christmas, guys.